pretty linear movement where early to mid to late, like there's a very clear condition of how they want to play for this one. But again, this time Diablo is on that damage dealing Benedetta. We'll see if that makes an impact. With that being said, the draft has been completed by both teams. And with that, I hope the casters are ready because we're throwing it over to you guys.
Their keys, the chance to be one of the top 4 teams to round out MSC. We jump into the Land of Dawn once again. Game number 4 here for NIP Flash. We're going to have to look. I still think, you know, a lot of people are probably, okay, we like the Marches in mid after what we saw before.
I think a lot of people will be happy with the Xavier mid too, but Curtizi already pushing the pace in the early parts of the game. JPL going to be very low though. Udo spamming out the skill ones, the reds. Now the Mystic Field, Kurt with a flicker forward straight into the Mortal Coil, but he's unable to get any of the executes. Decimate is level 4, but Diablo, the Devil now trying to go onto Udo with the eye for 9 to petrify Diablo. The lethal ignition take Zorn down too. The Singaporean Devil strikes, but now Chibi goes with Lycan Pounce. Diablo still able to escape with the Mortal Coil from Curtizi. NIP Flash with an extreme advantage all the way in the first minute.
Hey man, Udil didn't like his name.
No.
You saw it in the video. He asked him, what kind of name is Diablo? Well, what a move there under the turret, already on a bit that he came all the way and rotated there to go and get that double. Great communication from NIP Flash.
Devilish moves from Diablo. That was really, really good. And, you know, the analysts already spoke about it. Now Kurt gonna be caught in the Mystic Field. Chibi won't go for the overcommitment here under the turret, but
what they talk about?
Analyst panel, they were saying Diablo is on a pick, on a damage dealer. Expect Diablo to do Diablo things, and we got Diablo doing Diablo things in the first minute of the game.
First minute of the game, gets that double kill. You know, he's also rolling with the Lethal Ignition emblem. So there's a lot of surprise pressure, I feel like, because honestly, we've, like, for the XP lane especially, it's been pretty standard. Oh, already, look at this.
Clean eye for an eye to get out of the dome round. Wolf King Suppa won't be able to participate in the skirmish now, and Zorn, we force back, it seems. There's no way they can go for this final slash to petrify. There, Chibi gonna be locked down, still able to escape with the Lycan Pounce, and Zorn gets caught. Decimate one last hit, and he slashes him to bits. Chibi gonna be caught again. Hades finding the projectile eye for an eye from Diablo. He's mad about the name call, and Udil will be able to escape, getting the Mystic Field. Sapat now running away. Diablo still trying to run. That final hit from Sapat gets him down, as Hades will have to respect Sapat here. Together with Udil, he won't be able to steal it away, but JPL does force it on
Sapat. Yeah, Sapat got it, so at least it goes to Homeboys, but yeah, after everything we just said about Diablo, and then he goes, and it looked so close. It looked like he should have been able to get that kill on Udil, and maybe, yeah, you know, he's like, hey, here's the reason why I am Diablo, but ends up getting punished instead. So at least puts it Homeboys on the board, but ultimately, NIP Flash has gotten themselves a pretty big lead this early on, 3 minutes into the game. And so they'll find themselves playing around the momentum they built themselves. And this is one of the things, even with the Guinevere, we haven't talked too much about Hades on this Guinevere, the amount of CC that this hero brings to the table with everything else, I mean, even for JPL, is already enough to deal with a lot of what Homeboys wants to throw at them. So, you know, that's where, again, you kind of have to rely on, Zorn. Oh, and he's going to be chased.
Good Violent Requiem straight into the wild charge, and the Decimate from Curtizi.
That's almost like the perfect alley-oop.
It is.
Right into the Decimate. Look at this top.
Oh, flicker Decimate from Curtizi there. And the rest of the team will be able to help him with the Mortal Coil to grab him a killing spree. 3-0-1 Hades with a Thunder Belt. And it seems there are no trades available for Homeboys because of just how oppressive Diablo is on the Benedetta. Cutting in the bottom lane, now using Final Slash, or Final Blow rather, to get out now. He's gonna have to time the eye for an eye perfectly. Dashes again, Petrify. GB looking for the pounce, but the eye for an eye to outplay Diablo in the bottom lane. Outplaying Chibi, forcing him on 0-2 on top. Violent Requiem straight into the alley-oop. That's the Decimate. Curtizi able to escape with the Mortal Coil. Perfect timing for the turtle.
Talk about timing. They're also just going to force Zorn out of here. But man, great team fights and just like these little skirmishes happening across the map. Diablo, though, again with this Benedetta. I'm surprised we haven't seen it on him, you know, even earlier in this series, but it's great that they pull it out for this game because as we look at their STC replay, boom. I mean, nearly shattering the replay as well. Great setups that are coming through here, and really, Curteasy before this, I believe, just picked up the Sky Pierce. You can see how good they're feeling about that over in the camp there. And again, you know, it goes back to it. The Decimate Sky Piercer is going to be deadly for Homeboys to deal with. Udil at this point is now picking up his Enchanted Talisman, and this is where we start to see, you know, a little bit more of those spamming of these abilities from the Xavier once you get that available. And they'll go ahead and just kind of try to slow things down a little bit. I'm offended going to be used.
With the way the Dragon, but it kicks him all the way to the other side. Good Mystic Field, though, as a Violet Record will be used up. Hades able to escape, so with the flicker forward, Hades! The young plays continue for NIP Flash, even dodging away from the dawning light as Vanix gets rid of Chibi on the other side, forcing Blazing Duet from Nets, who's unable to really lock anyone down. NIP Flash are absolutely styling on Homeboys.
I thought these guys are absolute ninjas. They're ninjas in pajamas. Look at the replay here. Hades, how does he survive this in Zorn and punches?
And then he did sidestep. He just took it.
He just took it and still survived. Oh, again. Man, NIP Flash. They're playing this game with their hearts and everything else on their sleeves.
Petrify instead of the final blow straight into the Requiem. Supply gonna be very low. Diablo one last slash to take him down. 11-1 now. NIP.
Cool. This is just a, I don't think you could ask for a better start for NIP to transition to this point in the game. They still have a third turtle to go through, and they're well on their way to just going ahead and sweeping the turtles for now, 3 for 3. Putting some pressure there. Once again, gonna go ahead and chase Diablo. Should be fine. Again, Benedetta very hard to catch, especially with the eye for an eye and the Electro final blow, and now they'll go ahead and just hold it down. Dawning Light gonna be used, but that's gonna be the objective turtle secured here by Hades and the turret. And Vanix will just push Nets back.
While charge into the spatial migration and the Requiem into the Decimate. The alley-oop, skibbity Decimate.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, right? You're just watching it happen in real time, especially with the Guinevere pick. This is a lineup, again, that a lot of teams throughout here for the midseason cup have not been willing to bring to the table. It takes a team very special like NIP Flash to make this work so well. And they're going to go ahead and continue to play with the fact that they've gotten themselves nearly a 8,000 gold lead. Dawning Light already going to be used. And they get that turret, that tier 1 already. Zorn. Oh, what's he going to do here?
Vanix has the Purify, doesn't even need to do it now. Oh my god, again, the Requiem into the Decimate. It does half of Nets' HP. And Diablo gets spotted out. He does have the eye for an eye, will be able to escape. Sapat unable to go for the chase, but every single time, even when Homeboys are actually in range, they have so many anti-CC abilities. They have the Mortal Coil, they have the Power of Nature here for JPL. Look at him, he's just walking up, now into the final blow. Udil gonna be caught again, Diablo. He's taking that interview answer personal.
They are taking it more than personal. At this point, they're taking everything also on the map from Homeboys. Still 30 seconds away from this next objective, the Lord here. But Homeboys, they can't do anything. They have nothing. No turrets, no turtles. I mean, nothing across the board, aside from the one kill that they got earlier on. And they'll just have to watch the bases and the turrets be destroyed and worked on here. Right now, NIP Flash are massively ahead. 10,000 gold at the 8.5-minute mark is absolutely insane. And they're playing so in sync. As Curteasy picks up the wings and again, still putting the pressure in the mid lane. Chibi.
Oh, that's a good secure from Udil with the orange buff. Chibi almost getting caught, but he's still able to get out. It was just a Petrify and a final blow committed. Now they're on the Lord, and it should just be for free. NIP Flash securing a Lord in the 9th minute with 14 kills to 1 and a 10,000 gold lead.
Man, again, you know, as we've gone through this series, it's like, it's been somewhat close, but there's been a couple games now where it's one-sided like this. And that's a Holy Crystal also picked up. Uh-oh.
Spatial migration into the Violet Requiem, and that's the Decimate that we're always waiting for when they get these combos.
Man, that's not Levi Ackerman, that's Curteasy.
That's Curteasy.
That's Curteasy right now, 7-0-3. Just absolutely massive on this mid. Martez again. They're going to go in.
Spatial migration. Eye for an eye from Diablo as he pops in final blow. He doesn't have the petrify, so no combo just as of yet. It's a 1,000 gold lead, or 10,000. Oh, 11K actually, 1,000 plus 10.
Yeah.
Quick maths.
Quick maths.
NIP Flash as they continue to try to bait out these holy defenses with the minion pushes that are a bit staggered. Lord up top with another wave coming down as well. JPL, good barrier to place them in an awkward spot, but there's no real follow-up and they will not go for anything too crazy. Not just now.
Not just yet. Shields are all going to be popped, I believe, even the bottom one. But, you know, it's just Homeboys trying to hold it down together. Another wave going to be pushing in.
There you go. Patience, Diablo. Eye for an eye, missed time, get kicked by the way to Dragon. Now into the Lycan, pops the shutdown, but the Violet Requiem catches them in the back hurt. That's one. He's looking for more. No one's low enough. Kurt forced to flicker out of Chibi. Gets very, very low. Hades is even a body block for Vanix as he takes some of those shots. 2 for 1. It's still good for NIP Flash.
It's still good, but again, Homeboy's able to just hold that together. If this was a different situation in terms of items, they probably could have gotten a couple more kills off that. But at least for Homeboys, they hold on to both, or actually all base turrets. And, you know, if it wasn't a 10,000 gold difference, if they had some more items locked in, that could have gone way different for them. They have to catch up. I mean, look at the XP lane difference already in terms of gold. Even the mid lane, your Xavier is, what, 2.5-ish thousand gold behind what Curtizzi has been snowballing on for the Martez. And that's where, again, you have to look at this fact. I mean, look at the damage difference. Absolutely massive here. And even with this, even with the fact that he is down in gold, the fact that he can pump out the damage, that's all because of the Dawning Light. You know, you're hitting multiple members. So for NIP Flash, they've done a phenomenal job at getting to this point, but they have to not let this game get to that 18 to 20 minute mark because it can get a little bit spicy, as they like to say on the panelist stand there. Key item defense, or key defensive items also being picked up. Winter's Crown, Athena's Shield also locked in. So they're going to need that because after what they felt from the previous push in the base.
Yeah, it's still going to be very, very hard, by the way, for NIP Flash to actually take this game and, you know, end it. Without the Lord, at least, you know, because Homeboys have a lot of wave clear here with the Xavier, Zorn, and Chibi, though. They're going to be caught. A spatial migration into the Requiem this time. No Decimate. It's just enough damage with the Synchro Vision. Diablo baits a few of those resources, gets out with the final blow. Eye for an eye. Say goodbye to the Lord. It should be free to NIP Flash and Homeboys. They can only just look for the defense at this point.
I'm trying to think, too, as this Lord is just going to get taken. Oh, hold on. Okay, they're just going to force... All right, they're going to force JP out of the jungle there. But, you know, really for all of this, Miracle, like, we haven't been able to see just yet Nets get to that point. Again, this is the thing with the Claude. You know you need a lot of time to build up, to get those 3-4 items locked in, and then you're hoping for a great, massive, blazing duet. And it might just be a little bit, you know, too early for him to be there. He's already, so he's got 3 items, actually. The problem is surviving even that initial burst. That is going to come out from NIP Flash. Another Winter's Crown. Oh, they stopped Zorn.
Oh, Zorn gets spotted out. This might be a 4-man fight all the way to the start. Now, final blow by Diablo. Zorn is running circles around him. Good maneuvers actually stopping the siege from happening from NIP Flash, a 5-man siege, but Diablo will be able to catch up on the Zorn, still able to use the G-Kundo. Meanwhile, up top, it's a base turret falling down. Diablo's still on the chase. JPL gets a 3-man wild charge, but none of them use the Purify. Bottom lane, that's finally the solo kill happening. But I think, hey, all things considered, that was good. That was good for Zorn. Maybe not for long, though, as NIP Flash, they still have some of these resources to utilize up against Homeboys. Udo gonna be forced back. Curtizzi finding the Decimate straight into the Winter Crown as Chibi will be forced back by Diablo. That's another Decimate used up, a shutdown now by Chibi as he is able to take him down, but it's 1 against 3. Vanix, Hades, and Diablo up against Chibi, who's gonna be locked down, knocked up, and taken out. Equalizer to send us to game number 5.
23-4. What a dominant game here. Exactly when they needed it for NIP Flash to bring it all.
First thing that I have to say, something about Malaysian teams. We like to go all 5 games, but in this one, again, I gotta say, giving Diablo the damage dealer and Martez mid again, it's working out well for NIP Flash.
This is also NIP Flash has taken over the game, taken over the draft. Now they have their ideas when they're going up against this composition, and I think that a certain meta developed just between these two teams. So far, we have seen Hades with the Assassins, but then come game number 4, but match point for his enemies, he turns up with the Guinevere and is actually unstoppable in this game.
Yeah, I mean, NIP Flash, we're at like round 11 right now. We've been going blow for blow, and right now they've just caught in their second wind here.
Yes, sir.
Bringing it to game 5. And I mean, this composition, you look at it, somebody drafts this, you think this is insane, but NIP Flash is thriving off it. And it almost feels like just the fact that it's catching Homeboys off guard. The aggression is just too much to handle.
Gentlemen, let's talk about the Martis. How do you guys feel about the Martis now?
Said it's a special China for the Homeboys.
It's got 100% win rate.
So at this point, what do you do with it? Like, is there a special pick, like a Terizla mid now, to fight against this Martis mid?
Or do you take the China and put it in the cabinet?